boys and girls, my turn to read to you, and I'm coming to you today from the top bunk of my boys' room. As you can see, they have quite a love of trucks. You've got some trucks down here, and you got trucks over here, and trucks everywhere. So I chose a book from their shelf today that I really love, and it's about a family of monster trucks. It's called Elbow Grease. And this is written by John Cena, who's actually a celebrity. He's a professional wrestler. So I think it's kind of cool that you don't have to make writing your career. He does something completely different for his day-to-day job, but he really loves writing, and so he decided to write this cute book. And the illustrations are pretty cool too. So I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to ask you a question at the end, so I want you to be thinking about the theme of this book. But before we start, I want to introduce you to some of the characters. These are all brothers. They're all monster trucks. Over here is our main character, Elbow Grease. And they all have a bit of a personality. So he says, hee hee, that tickles. And then Flash says, come on, Bo, the story is starting. And Pinball, he's the one in the red, he's very intelligent. So he always talks in a smart way. He says, technically at this point, the story has already started. And Tank over here, not the smartest monster truck. He says, what story? And then Crash, last one there is a hunk of junk. All right, let's start. Here's our title page. Elbow Grease says, hey, that's me. It's the title of the book. Elbow Grease was the smallest truck in the demolition derby, but he never let that bother him. Why should I? His brother Tank was tougher. His brother Flash was faster. His brother Pinball was smarter. His brother Crash was braver. Okay, we got the point. What Elbow Grease had was gumption. You got that right, Buster. He always tried his best and never ever gave up. Ouch! Ah! Oops. Yow! He's on fire down there. At night, Mel the mechanic plugged in Elbow Grease to charge while the other truck slept outside. Sometimes his brothers teased him for being different. He's got a plug. He's stuck to a wall. He's got a lithium-ion battery which requires an external power source for daily recharging. He's got a plug. Have fun in the rain, you jalopies, says Elbow Grease. Elbow Grease didn't get upset. He was glad to be inside, especially during storms. Then one night, Mel brought home a poster. It says, Monster Truck Grand Prix. Reigning champion, Big Wheels McGee. Someday I'm going to be on that poster, said Elbow Grease. The brothers laughed. You're too slow. You're too small. Your technique and experience are insufficient to compete at a professional level. You're too, Don't hurt yourself, Tank. That's what Mel says, the mechanic. That made Elbow Grease mad. So mad that he zoomed off to the Grand Prix by himself to prove his brothers wrong. I'll show those jalopies what I can really do. In the morning, Elbow Grease was exhausted. He had been driving all night without a charge. But when he arrived at the Grand Prix, he felt his circuit surge with excitement. He quietly rolled onto the track and snuck into position behind the monster trucks at the starting line. That's him way back there. The race was about to begin. On your mark, get set, go. The other trucks were bigger. Whoops. The other trucks were faster. The other trucks had more experience and more technique. But Elbow Grease wouldn't quit. He's down here in the mud saying, "Never give up." He's talking to himself. He fell behind, but he kept on trucking. Oof! He got covered in mud, but he kept on rolling. Yuck! He got bashed and smashed and even caught on fire a little bit, but still kept on going. Owie kazowie! Halfway through the race, it started pouring rain. Thunder rumbled, lightning flashed. All of a sudden, Elbow Grease's engine shut down. His battery was completely dead. He says, "Oh, rust buckets." Elbow Grease was stuck. For the first time, he wondered if his brothers were right. He started to cry. "I'm not crying. I'm just cold and tired and scared of the lightning." Crack-a-lacka! Boom shakalaka. My boys like that part. The lightning jolted the battery back to life. Elbow Grease barely had enough charge to keep going, but he didn't give up. He didn't give in. No matter what, he would finish this race, even if he came in last. Mel and Elbow Grease's brothers arrived just in time to see him rattle across the finish line and collapse in a heap. The winner's celebration was already over. "Ugh," he said. "Look, Bo, most trucks couldn't even make it to the finish line." That's what Mel says here. Just then, the winner of the race rolled by. "Well, shift my gears and call me Sally. That kid's got gumption. You boys could learn a lot from him." Crash was shocked. Big? Flash was stunned. Wheels? Pinball was intrigued. McGee? Who? Tank was confused. Mel knew that Big Wheels McGee was right. If you only stick with what you're good at, you'll never learn anything. So the next time your problem seems too big or too hard, just remember, a little elbow grease goes a long way. Here we've got Tank. "Oops. I am currently on fire. Ouch! Ah!" And Elbow Grease says, "Hustle up and show me some gumption. You can do it, fellas." And then it says, "The end." What do you mean the end? Haven't you been listening? Never give up. Never quit. Keep on going. Keep on trying. You can do it. So that's Elbow Grease. So if you just look on our another assignment, I will have a question for you about something that you all have been working really hard to overcome lately. Something's been a little tricky and a little different. I think you probably know what I'm talking about. So go check out my question and write me a nice response with capital letters and periods and complete sentences, and I'm looking forward to seeing your responses.